Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cancer, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, in fact before we get into that, I just want to say a massive thank you so much for all of your well wishes, all of your comments and sending healing and good vibes and stuff. As you can see, I'm on the mend, so thank you so much for that. It really does mean a lot. You have the Sun card. This is that free pass, right? It's the green light. It's the cosmic green light. Whenever we get the Sun card, things are about to get easier. Things are about to get brighter. Things are about to really start singing with energy and power for us. And I absolutely love this for you. Now, what this also says, this could be a week where you are, some of you could be traveling this week because the Sun card definitely speaks to travel. But it also speaks to blessings and abundance that can literally just show up. The one thing that I love about this card, sometimes it can just be that you have a really easy week. It's nice, it's easy, it's pleasant. Sometimes it's a really wonderful event that takes place, like a pregnancy or a birth, which is very possible. And then other times it's something huge that just kind of falls into your lap that really does feel divinely guided or inspired. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options, you've got the Five of Swords. I actually like that, because this is a moment of discernment, right? So this, for a lot of you, this looks like you're speaking up on something that maybe you've been apprehensive about speaking up on so far. This could be a time where you've actually thought to yourself, you know what, I'm not entirely sure this is the right moment. This is the moment, right, that you've been waiting for, to say what it is that you feel you've needed to say, whether this is because you know it's an unpopular opinion, especially with the Five of Swords. This is something that you feel very, very strongly about or very deeply about, and it's like, you know what, I've wanted to say something or to pull this person up or to voice my opinion for the longest time, but I haven't been able to. Well, this week you can absolutely do it, and the way that you're received, because you've got the Sun card, it's like it's just easy to say what you need to say, no matter how emotional it might be. Emotional Cancerians, really. So I actually like this. What I will also say, for those of you that have been researching or looking into a specific argument, you know, in order to, you know, like sometimes if you want to prove a point, you get things to back up, you know, your findings or your thinking. And for some of you, this is the successful ending or completion of a friendship. So if there's something or some connection that you've just been kind of, you know, like, I really want to end this, or it doesn't feel right anymore or whatever, this week you can do it satisfactorily, and it could just really be a moment of really closing something down that isn't as bad as it could have been. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Star card. Look at that. So the Star coupled with the Sun literally represents astrology. So for a lot of you, this could be conversations with an astrologer. This could be, maybe some of you are choosing to study astrology, very possible. This could be a lot of you really starting to, you know, look more into your own astrology to get a deeper understanding of its wisdom. So that's one way that this might show up. Now, the Star card in the communications, this is about broadening your reach. If you've got something to say, which that Five of Swords definitely says that you have, this might be a week where you're either a lot more active on social media or you're finding ways to amplify your voice. It's like you're building a network of people, which is fantastic. When it comes to your, oh, come on, brain. When it comes to those of you that are studying any form of, you know, any form of academics, not just astrology, this is about you finding new technological ways to either make your studies easier, or that you're gaining new information or maybe not even just new information, but cutting edge information that you're getting around what you're studying or the area of your field. Like you're getting, you know, that next step knowledge, which is great. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this week, be mindful that, you know, because it could be quite easy to be very friendly with work this week. And you might find that it comes across as like, you know, you're not at home right now. Like it could just be a little too familiar. But I will say, like, this is you very focused on your future plans, your future goals. Yeah, that's as much as I will say. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, that is very nice because it suggests that you are getting a glimpse this week of what your future looks like on a specific path. You will be able to very clearly see how everything just magically aligns for you. I love this, right? And then for your, especially because it's my moon sign. And then when it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is you, I almost kind of feel like this is you deciding what you're going to be doing from here on in. Like for the rest of your days, for the rest of your years, you're putting in some very long-term plans that feel right to be making right now. So it's not like doom and gloom, like, oh my God, you know, I've got a plan that my end of life stuff. It's not that. This is you making solid plans for your future that are taking you, you know, through the rest of your days, where, you know, wherever they might be. For your love and relations, you've got the Sun card. So for those of you that are single, this bodes very, very well. With that Five of Swords in the mix, I actually like that. And the reason I like it is because it suggests for those of you that are single, when you meet someone this week or somebody that you connect to, you're going to come across as quite feisty. And they're going to be like, damn, like they'll find it actually very attractive, and you will be able to voice your opinions and be who you really are. Like, you know, there's a saying that says, if you want to see someone at their best, observe them going into a relationship, and if you want to see someone at their worst, observe them coming out of one. Never truer words spoken, right? And this week, somebody could see you, you know, exactly as you are, and that's what they find attractive. So you don't have to put on those sort of airs and graces of, oh, you know, I never swear, and, you know, I'm not, you know, you don't have to do any of that because they see you exactly as you are. Sparks could fly, right? For those of you that are single and looking, this is a good week for love. For those of you that are, I mean, and funnily enough, you might meet somebody online, it's possible. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is clearing the air. Whatever you are sort of, you know, going to town with, it's not that you're going to town with your partner. It's probably, maybe they've stood back and seen you feeling a certain way and haven't been able to do anything because you've said, look, I'll deal with it when I'm ready. And you haven't been up until now. And this week you deal with it and they're like, damn, you know, my partner's a badass, which is great. It's really, really fun. The double hit of the Star card, your relationship is solid, it's loving, it's fun, it's vibrant, it's getting new lease on life. There is so much enjoyment in this week, even with that sort of little bit of friction with the Five of Swords. For your money and materials, of course, you've got the Five of Wands, right? So you've got two fives and you've also got the Sun card twice. So 19 is known as a perfect number of sorts because it's 1 and 9. So the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. The Sun card itself equates to the number 1, which is a nod to the Magician. And then you've got the two fives. So you've got a double hit of 1 energy, which is Aces or the Magician. You've got a double hit of 5 energy. 2 aces can be birth. It can be trickery. I don't think that's the case. And if this pertains to any form of trickery, I think it's you speaking out on it. For those of you that are, for the 2 fives, this is about a vigil. You are being hyper vigilant when it comes to your money, your finances, and your resources. And this is you putting together some future plans. But it's under the realization that you can't do it all alone. It's like what I really like about this You appear to be outsourcing like a true boss, and that is the key to true growth and expansion, right? When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Five of Wands is your back, your heart, and your spine, but it's also activity. With this much solar energy and the Five of Wands there, pick up your dancing shoes, right? If you're a dancer, like an ex-dancer, if you are a martial artist, whatever your, they say pick your poison, whatever your thing is that is a physical activity that is good for your body. This, if you ever needed somebody to say to you, like, this is the week to get back to it, this is that message for you, right? Whatever your physical activity is, this is the week that you pick it back up. Even if it is slow to start, it just has to be fun, it has to be enjoyable, and it has to be something that you love. When it comes to your home and environment, some of you could be literally making plans to do some sort of construction on the home. And for others, it looks like you're planning to, I don't know why, but I feel like some of you might be looking to cohabitate. Maybe this is that you're moving in with a partner. Maybe this is that you are deciding to get a flatmate or a roommate, or, like there's something here that it suggests more people. This is not solitary, and Cancerians do much better in sort of group, tight-knit group family connection type situations. Your full moon message is the gate 7 and discipline, and I actually feel like this speaks to the physical component of this. So whatever this activity is, it's time for you to pick it back up. For your the Five of Swords, this is about having the grit, right? And Cancer's a very strong sign when it needs to be. It's not all fluffy and light. Like, so much people talk shit about Cancer, and it's like, yeah, you clearly don't know mama bears or daddy bears, or do you know what I mean? Like, or somebody, like, mess with their family or someone that they really care about, and you're going to see how fluffy they can be. Whatever this is that you've been sitting on, it's time for you to open up and speak on it. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.